Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com, and this is your Photo News Fix. This fix is brought to you by my super huger mega camera giveaway that is less than a month away from ending.
Go time!
If you're new here, I'm giving one of you the chance to spend up to $4,999.99 of my money on anything you want at Alan's camera, and it's free to enter at bit.ly/megafro. On top of getting entries for free, you can score extra entries by purchasing FroPack 1, 2, 3, 4, or the Grand Slam bundle. If you already purchased these in the past, you automatically score extra entries. The contest is coming to an end soon, so now is the time to get entered and grab a Grand Slam bundle at FroKnowsPhoto.com/FroPack4, and good luck. First up, we finally have a busy week of photo news, and let's kick that off with Sigma announcing their 24-70 2.8 DG DN2 art lens. Now, this is the second version of their digital native. That's what DN stands for. It doesn't stand for
Deets nuts.
Like I said, it's their second 24-70 2.8 DN lens, and it's meant to compete with Sony's 24-70 GM version 2. Now, back when Sony and Sigma were on their version 1s of the 24-70, I put out a video that said, buy the Sigma, because the Sigma was simply a better choice at half the price. Do I feel the same way now that both are on version 2s? Well, stick around to find out. See what I did there?
It's unauthorized clickbait.
Foreshadowing. Anyway, I did take this lens out into the real world. We do have a review of that if you haven't checked it out yet. But what did I shoot? Well, I shot my friend Dave Leno announcing a soccer match, Joe Badia posing at his pizzeria, and on the field at the Phillies game. This time around, the lens is 10% lighter than before, has a nice smooth zoom throw, 82mm filter thread, no image stabilization, but it didn't have it before, but it does have 3 times faster drive speed than before, thanks to HLA focus motors. Now, it's still limited to a max of 15 frames per second on Sony cameras, but it is a solid lens all the way around at $1,200, which is $1,100 less than Sony's version 2. So do I think you shouldn't buy the Sony? Well, this time around, the Sony version is superior to Sigma's, but for the majority of the people out there, save the money and get the Sigma. You won't really notice much of a difference. Now, for pros, spend the money, get the Sony.
That's catchy.
Next up, we now know how much Nikon paid for 100% of Red camera, thanks to their public filing. Now, Dan, drum roll please. Nikon paid $85 million.
That's it?
Seriously, $85 million. Maybe that explains why Red was getting so litigious as of late.
Objection!
They weren't making enough with cameras that they thought maybe we should sue a bunch of people and be patent trolls.
You got a problem? Eat it.
Nonetheless, $85 million is basically nothing for that company. What we don't know is if Red was in any debt and if Nikon picked up that debt, but hell, I could have sold one of my many houses or all of my Porsches and backed up the money truck to Red to buy them out. Phone call. Oh, I wonder who that could be. Hello? Oh, it's Madeline K with Nikon PR. I couldn't afford it? I'm lying? How dare you, Madeline K? I'd rather deal with Greta. Goodbye. $85 million. What a steal for Nikon. And finally, in the biggest news since our April Fool's fix, Canon has officially announced their development of their flagship R1.
Oh shit.
The key word there is development, meaning, hey, we have this camera, but we won't tell you much about it. The EOS R1, and I quote, is a mirrorless camera geared towards professionals that brings together Canon's cutting-edge technology and combines top-class performance with the strong durability and high reliability sought in a flagship model. No shit, what else would you expect from a flagship camera? They go on to tell us that the R1 will include a new image processor called a Digic Accelerator. In addition to the pre-existing Digic X that's in almost all of their current cameras. This extra processor, in combination with an all-new CMOS sensor that is capable of moving large volumes of data, is supposed to lead to drastic improvements in autofocus.
Christy.
Now, what they didn't tell us is what size is the image sensor. How many megapixels is it? Is this a stacked global shutter sensor to compete with Sony? How many frames per second can we shoot? Or pretty much anything of substantial value? They gave us nothing! From what I could surmise from the press release, the new autofocus system will do a better job of predicting where fast-moving subjects will end up and help keep the right subject locked and in focus. Now we'll have to test that out in the real world to see if it actually does help or hinders the ability to get the shot. Kind of like eye control. You think eye control's in this camera? I hope not. Canon says it's working on field testing the camera right now, and I hope to get my hands on one ASAP. Now I get why they had to do a development announcement, but I don't exactly like it.
You don't have to like it.
They had to do it so their photographers can use it at the Olympics without trying to hide the fact that they're using it in R1. But I don't like it because they didn't really give us the info that actually matters, just yet. Now, hopefully we're not waiting too long to find out what this camera is really capable of. Now, I do think by the end of the year, this camera will be available to the general public, but in super limited quantities, followed by Canon apologizing that they can't keep up with the demand of a super expensive camera.
Very nice, how much?
And if I had to guess, I think the price is gonna be somewhere around $6,300, though I hope they do surprise us all at right under $6,000 at $5,999. Now let me know what you think the price will be down below. And there you have it. That's your photo news fix this time around. Thank you very much for watching. Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com. See ya.